Okay, so in this video we're going to go over some of the basic things we need to be doing when we're doing this exercise. And I'm going to show you how to fill and find outline strokes, because there's a lot of different options in Illustrator, and I want to show you where they are all at. So what we're going to do first is create our shape. Remember, for shapes you need to create a fill and a stroke option, and then for curves you're just going to be doing mostly a line. And you're going to be doing 5 for each. So at the end of this exercise, you should have 35 shapes and lines created for this. So that's going to be really important. So I'm going to make my star. I'm going to select on my anchor points. And one thing to know, so I'm going to actually go back, and this is important. If you have a fill option on, it's going to start to fill. So I'm going to go to my fill option, and I'm going to hit no fill. I'm going to go to my stroke line, and I'm going to hit black. Make sure that those are selected. I didn't have those selected. If you have something else selected, it's going to try to start to fill your image, and you won't be able to see the points being made. So I'm going to go back to this. I'm going to continue. Going all the way around. 9, 10, and then back up to 1. Make sure you select it, and then you've made your first star. So not too bad. Now we're going to be making the star like a little more fancy. So I'm going to select my star. I'm going to drag it over to the side because you have to make 5, and I want you to keep using the same template so that you get really good at using the clicker tool, or I'm sorry, the pen tool. So I have my star selected, and I'm going to go to fill. These are all the ones that I've been using recently, so it does show me a lot of great options already. But over in the corner, there's an option for Swatch Libraries Menus. You're going to select that, and these are all the different colors that you can use. Some are patterns, some are skin tone colors that are pre-selected for you. So if I click on skin tones, it shows me some examples of what the skin tones that they have, which might be really good if you're doing a poster or something with people, or you're doing animations or something like that. For this, I'm going to go back up here. I'm going to show you where I got it again. And I'm going to play with some of the more fun ones today to show you guys. So there's the gradients, which are really nice. And they go by color, so you can play with some of those. They also have in the fill menu some patterns. Patterns have, like, I think some of the coolest ones. And nature has a lot of cool ones. They have foliage and they have animal skins. I'm going to select animal skins. And you can see that you can fill with animal skins. And there's some cool ones in here. Yeah, like this is an elephant, but it's also a really cool textured pattern. And there's a lot of things that you can do. You can explore. And that's what you're going to be doing today, is choosing 5 different ones. So by the end of this thing, you shouldn't really have the same repeated. I want you to explore the options that they do provide with you. Okay, so for the sake of time, I'm going to select that one so that you guys get the idea of where they're at. And now I'm going to change the outline color. And I'm going to show you all the different options with line. And some of you might have figured some of this stuff out, but if you didn't, I'm going to show you how. Over here, this is my stroke. And I'm going to do the same thing. I have a Swatch Libraries menu. I'm going to go to Nature. No, I'm not. I'm going to go to Patterns again, because this is kind of cool. And I'm going to do Decorative. I've never seen those. Let's see what we got. And I did Control Z. It was not selected on this, I guess. Sometimes it does that. Why? I don't know. But I'm going to make it a rainbow. And the only reason you can't see it is because the stroke line is too low. So if I made the stroke a little bit thicker, you can see my pattern that was selected. So I'm going to go back up to here. I'm still on the stroke. Up here, this is like changing the width of it. So if you wanted to do that, you can change how it's being laid out throughout the star. Over here, this is the line. So these are some things that I had pre-selected. But what's really nice is this also has a Brush Libraries menu. And there's a whole bunch of different options. Like I can have arrows going around my piece, or I can see. No, it doesn't look as nice. But there are a bunch of things. So let's see what else we got here. Decorative. So you can have like stars going around it to make a border. You can have more geometric stuff. The limits to this are endless, and that's why I want you to really explore today. Some look better than others. Maybe you're really into hearts. Valentine's Day is coming up, so maybe like that. So you can kind of play with some of that stuff, and you can change also some of the other options, which is really cool. Go to chalk, and you can have more of a chalk outline. Of course it's not working. But you get the idea that you can really play around with some of these options to create different shapes. So by the end, you need to have a total of 35 different ones. All I want you to do is keep them kind of small. You might have to play with the star. That's not maybe the best one to do. Go back to this one. I like this one a lot. Yeah, make sure it's selected, not isolated. There we go. So sometimes you gotta play with it a little bit, but I'm gonna move it to the side because I need to have 5. Even if you have one that's a little bit bigger, shrink it down so that you can fit all of them. So I will create another one, another star with my pen tool, and I will change the different fill and different outline, and I will, once I have 5 of these, I will move on to curved, and so on and so forth. Alright, and if you have any questions, please ask. Alright.